In this video, I will show you how to potentially fix all of the leaking issues with the SSQ22 magazine. Now, for gas blowback players, we know that gas blowback magazines, especially for rifles, are super important because they are the power source for our main rifle. And if they don't work, it is very frustrating and we cannot play. So that's why I'm making this video, to show you everything. Now, why would a magazine start leaking? If you think about it, it's O-rings inside and it's just rubber. It ages, it contracts, expands depending on the temperature. We are putting different pressures of gas inside. Maybe if you put black gas in there, there is more pressure, it squeezes the O-ring more. Then you put green gas, starts leaking, or you don't keep them filled while storing them. All these different factors, at some point it can happen that a magazine starts leaking. Now, before we start disassembling the whole magazine, it is possible that the leak is coming from the valve because it's not tight enough. If you fill it with gas and you listen to it and you hear the gas coming out from the gas route, it is most likely this valve. So what we need to do is to now release all the gas and start troubleshooting. How do you release the gas? You simply push on the valve hard enough to just open it and all the gas will come out. Do this outside. Don't sit in a small room, releasing the gas everywhere. Not good. So once we have all the gas out, actually, I will just quickly show you. Just gonna put a little bit inside. By pushing this valve, everything will go out. All right, and now we can take a valve tool. It can look like this. That's the one we offer at NOVRITSCH.com, or you can have any other tool, or maybe you can also find it something like this in your tool set. Take it. Remember, it needs to be empty, otherwise you cannot get there. And now just tighten the valve. Don't put too much force on it, make sure it's aligned and slightly tighten. If you could feel that you turned quite a bit, chances are you just fixed your leaking issue. It is just a valve that is not tight enough. Fill it again, check if it solved the issue. Now let's assume it didn't solve our issue, so we will continue further. Now we will start disassembling. So just take out all the 5 screws that you can see from the outside. Now hold this one in place because this is actually spring-loaded. You don't want it to shoot out. All of the screws are the same, so you don't really need to keep them organized. We will take out the spring. And now by pushing on the bottom, we can get the magazine out. So push a little bit from the bottom. Now try to grab it here. Push again from the bottom, maybe a combination of both, and wiggle it out. Just like that. Now we have the shell, we can put it outside, and now we will check this valve. We will do the same thing, we just tighten it a little bit. So take the other side of the valve tool, tighten it a bit. If you could feel that you tighten it a lot, check again, and then you will either hear nothing, which is good, or it still leaks. Now you can easily distinguish if it's coming from here, or actually that's it, because there is no other connection points. If it's coming from either here or here, now there is the last thing that we will do to fix this, and that is tightening the main screw right here. So I'm just gonna take an Allen key and tighten it. If you are using a tool like this, just a slim screwdriver, you can basically tighten as much as you can until it starts slipping. If you are using a regular Allen key like this, where you have a lot of leverage, don't overdo it. You don't want to break the thread. So be gentle, but tighten it firmly. Once we have this one tight, we can check again. And now Now we don't hear any leaks anymore, so we fixed the issue. It is just caused by the screws not tight enough or the valves combined with the contraction and expansion of the O-rings inside. If you tighten it, fixes it, perfect. Now we can put it back together. If you still hear leaks, then I will show you how to disassemble it completely and inspect the O-rings in the magazine disassembly video. Now, if you need to, I'm gonna show you how to put this back together, but it is quite simple, so you can just reverse the steps. So let's quickly do it. Now I'm gonna fix the shell with the magazine itself. Important, start with the top screws. Make sure that everything is aligned correctly. Just like always, don't over-tighten any of these screws. It is just not necessary. Now your magazine is complete again, ready to go.